Think about the last time you went to a museum. Security guards, warning signs. I'd be willing to bet that you weren't allowed to touch one darn thing, let alone pick things up, study them, or take measurements. It is quite a different experience for museums geared towards kids.
Oh yeah, these are places where young people can touch exhibits and be engaged in play, exploration, and of course creativity, which means it's not so much about the physical location, it's about the experience.
And it's the kind of experience that sets kids up to discover the kinds of interests that can lead to a career and a lifetime of learning, which is the exact kind of thing that Melanie Kerber wants to talk to us about this afternoon. She's the secretary of the board of directors of the Minds in Motion Children's Museum. And she's working hard to do this as well. Thank you for talking to us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Now let me start off right. Why are you so passionate about this?
Well, I'm a retired school educator. I was a principal and superintendent for years, and it's very research-based that children's museums enhance children across the board. A high level of engagement. It creates pathways that lead to more critical thinking, more collaboration among kids, more curiosity, more discovery, more exploration. And also, this really will enhance the community. It will lead to more employment. It will lead to it will increase tourism. On rainy beach days, parents are always looking for a place to take their kids. And children's museums are a place where no one says, don't touch that.
Yeah.
Everybody is engaged. And it's a great opportunity for families to come together. It's not just a child's activity, it's a creating activity with families as well.
She just lit up when we
Yeah,
asked her that, didn't she?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
so Minds in Motion Children's Museum, you guys have been working on getting this all together for a couple years now.
Yes,
yeah,
5 years now.
So how
yes.
did it all get started?
Well, our president, Vera Ogburn, was on a family trip with her children and visited a children's museum, I believe in Roanoke. And she said, you know, we have to have one of these in Salisbury. And if you've not been to a children's museum, it's like walking into a wonderland, but without an arcade and tickets that you have to ride rides with. And it's just so much discovery. But if you go in and watch an exhibit on health, they will have interactive pathways so you can see how the heart works, how the lungs work, how everything works. And kids literally do not want to leave because it's all hands-on.
And this is the kind of thing that you're doing.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Right now we're offering activities 3 times a month at Crown Sports Center.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday I just did a lesson with preschool kids on the Iditarod and the Serum race in 1925. And so we had the kids making sleds out of popsicles and simulating changing boots on husky dogs, what that was like during the race. So it's all interactive. Nobody is sitting around talking. Everybody is doing stuff.
So what's the reaction, I guess, feedback from the kids and their parents?
They really like it. They're talking with other classmates on how to collaborate. Last week we did an activity on slope with the sleds and how fast sleds would go and the measuring. So it's strengthening basic skills, but it's also getting them to be more curious about, well, if I did it this way, if I added more weight to the sled, how much further would it go, or would that slow it down? So it has just so many benefits, but mostly the biggest thing is that it engages kids to think and discover more learning extensions.
Which is wonderful for now. It's a new experience. They learn things, they're kept busy, but this helps them perhaps find a path for their future when it comes
Oh, sure. Well, anytime you can ignite a child's curiosity where you're asking open-ended questions, that leads to discovery. Right now we're writing a grant where kids would really explore a project called the GRACE Project, which is a NASA initiative that takes a look at how flight affects water currents. And so it really, and the whole thrust in schools now is project-based learning, inquiry-based learning, where the teacher's not giving the answers, the kids are going out and finding the answers. So it's exciting. It's a whole new way from how I learned and how children of different generations learn. But these kids really, they've lived, they grew up in the digital age, so they're used to being engaged.
Yeah.
And so we're engaging them in a way where they're answering questions, drawing conclusions, making inferences, which really helps them in terms of further investigation. So when they're in 9th grade and they have to go out and do a project about something, they really can say, okay, well, let's get started on this way. Let's
I know
explore
I can do
this.
this. Yeah.
I think you want to get involved in that, don't you?
How young do you have to be?
Yeah, well, we go from birth on.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
There you go.
good.
Yeah.
All right, so if somebody does want to get involved, whether they're children or just want to volunteer or even help make the physical location happen, what should they do?
Well, they should really go on our website because that lists all of our programs that are going on. They can register for their children. It has my contact information, and they can send me a little email and say, I'd love to get involved with this. I have a building. I have 3 kids that would like to do this. And we'd love to hear from them. We are always talking to new people. And moms and dads are very interested in having this done because right in this area, there's just nothing like that for them to do, and this really opens up a whole new set of skills for them to learn and something to get excited about.
Yeah.
All right. We'll have a link to that website on our website, DelmarvaLife.com. Melanie Kerber. Wow. I just love your fire for this.
Right.
It's
Oh,
wonderful.
thank you. Yeah.
Always
It's
once an
exciting.
educator, always an educator.
Yes,
right?
I'm very passionate about children and helping them realize their full potential.
Well, it
So
shows.
we
Thank
really
you
do.
so much.
Yeah.